What is up, you guys? It's your girl Yinsu here, back again with another episode of Showstopper. As always, I have a Tyler here with me to help me out today.
Hello, Yinsu, and as always, we have a very special guest joining us today. Today, we are joined by someone. When you have a guild, Yinsu, you need a healer, you need a swordsman, you need a mage. But today we have someone who can do it all. That is why we have Draken coming over from Guild Esports, the man who can seemingly play anything, joining us today on Showstopper. How you doing, Draken?
Hello, guys. I'm doing good. It's nice to be here.
I do think we should talk about your name, because I've heard, I think, more different pronunciations of your name at VCT than like any other player. It's like a toss-up between you and Yumpy. It does feel like that. So settle it once and for all. How should we address you?
I would prefer like Draken or Draken, like the Kraken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the beginning I was more of, I wanted to be named as Draken, but then I figured, Kraken is also pretty cool, so yeah, it's those two, definitely. And in Swedish, it's like Draken, but, I think it's good to go international.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to even attempt the Swedish pronunciation. I've had a nightmare with like Finnish pronunciations all week. But we're going to jump into our first segment. So as usual, we have a roast my tier list. And like I said to you before we started recording, you a man of taste, I'm going to say, because I saw you put some pineapples on your pizza. I'm also a bit of a pineapple gal. I love some pineapple on my pizzas as well. So we decided to do a tier list of some common pizza toppings. So now I'm going to show you my tier list first up here. I'm going to have it up on my second screen here as well. What are your immediate reactions? Anything that you feel like I've absolutely butchered and should not be where it is?
I don't think I ever had fish on pizza, so I think that's pretty wild for anyone, but I can respect it.
Yeah.
And then you have the salami and the jalapeno, which I like both of those.
The middle ones are jalapenos.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, and then you have the pretty basic stuff on good. And then I don't know, bacon on pizza. I don't know about that. I don't know.
I'm American. We don't even eat bacon on pizza. Yeah. That should tell you something.
But
that's weird.
When it's crispy, it's kind of nice, like crispy bacon, not soft bacon.
Yeah.
And what's the first thing you have? Is it corn?
Yeah, sweet corn on the I'll try it tier, and tuna.
Tuna. No, I don't like that. I'd try list. And then you have chicken, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so chicken I like, and I think champions, or how do you call it?
Mushrooms.
Yeah, mushrooms. Sorry, we call it champignoner in Sweden. But yeah, I think that's probably my most used topping.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, so do you have mushrooms and pineapple at the same time?
No, I do just a regular mushroom ham pizza.
Oh,
that's my go-to, I think. And then I like the Hawaii with the pineapple. I also like the salami. Some spice in there. It's
yes.
So I basically put your favorite topping right at the bottom.
Oh, what? Look at you, Yinsu.
But mushrooms, it doesn't.
You jerk.
But why would you put mushrooms on a pizza? It's meant to be enjoyable. I just think it ruins it. It's slimy, like the texture.
Oh, Yinsu.
Maybe I enjoy it though. So
he enjoys it, Yinsu.
I feel bad.
He enjoys it.
I feel
Show
bad.
my tier list now.
Okay, so this is Tyler's tier list. Are you high because you put mushrooms high up?
I mean, I don't think mushrooms are terrible.
How do you only have one thing in elite and it's not
because you didn't these are like European toppings. You didn't use like Italian sausage. That's an American this is like a European pizza toppings list. Or America, we have a lot more different options. You forgot, we have sausage over here. I mean, we do have the chicken, which is nice, but you're missing some of the American staples. For me, I think I've had corn on my pizza only in Korea. corn big over there in Korea on the pizza.
How
Quite
was
good,
it?
but pretty good. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I don't think I would have it on a regular pizza, but like if you're ever in South Korea for any of these Valorant events, I do recommend trying corn in your pizza. They do it pretty well over there. But for me, my elite to jalapenos, it's the go. I like the spice. I feel like it can go with any kinds of meats or any other kind of toppings you want. I always want a little bit of spice. But yeah, overall, jalapenos are my go. And then at the bomb, olives and anchovies can just get the hell out. I'm not feeling either of those. Olives are trash. Olives are trash.
No, olives are great.
I like olives as well, though.
Yeah,
olives are good. Olives are good.
What do you think of this, then? What do you think of this list, Draken?
I think I like this list more than yours. I'm sorry
No.
to tell you.
Let's
I
go.
swear,
But the only thing is the olives, though. I think they can be at the top, and then you have the jalapeno and the olives there. You know, it's a good.
Olives are good when it's like when there's like 50 stuff on it. Like when it's like an ultimate pizza where there's like 20 different toppings, I can deal with olives. But when it's like just an olive and like one other thing, I can't do it. But when it's with like 30 other things, it's not that bad. You lose, Yinsu. You lose again.
I feel like I lose every single time we do this. But yeah, sorry, Draken, what were you saying?
No, I think I'm gonna try the jalapenos more. I have been pretty bad at taking that on pizza. You know, I see it in the menu and I'm like, I think I should try that, but I always go with my safeguard. So yeah, that's next up for me, man.
Also, the thing with jalapeno is that it's so hot, you're not going to eat too many slices, right? So it's good for like if you have like other stuff on it, you might eat like more than you actually need. But with the jalapenos, the spice makes you stop at like 2 or 3 slices. It's
not
like
that spicy.
Oh, hey, jalapenos can be spicy, Yinsu. Okay.
I don't know what you guys have over there, but Draken, do you like spicy food? Like, what's your spice tolerance?
Yeah, I like it a lot. I like Thai food, you know, when it's really spicy, and I don't know what more spicy foods are there than Thai. I'm in a blunder here, but yeah, I like spicy food in general, like Indian food. And just in general, you know, with chili and stuff.
Oh, I mean,
like if you do a bolognese with chili or whatever.
Tyler's overselling the jalapenos because they're not that spicy. So I think he's
they're actually not.
Yeah, no.
They're pretty okay.
Okay, stop bullying me. That could be American jalapenos, okay?
Oh, American ones, American ones. Well, let's build your tier list now. So we'll start from the bottom. So what would you put in the I would rather not have pizza? So what's like a absolute no for you in terms of toppings?
I would say the fish probably. I would put it down. I would not add that. And the bacon.
Oh wow, okay.
And the corn.
And the corn. Okay, this is definitely looking different. Yeah.
What are the what isn't that do you have 2 types of ham over there? Like one besides the bacon and one besides the mushroom, or what's that besides the bacon?
That's tuna.
Tuna. Yeah, tuna. It goes down as well.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. True.
4 in the you would not have rather have pizza. Okay, so what would you have if there's like nothing else to eat? So all of your toppings have sold out at the pizzeria.
Then I would have paprika. Yeah, I think the paprika goes alone there actually.
Oh, okay. So what about the try it tier? What would you try?
Then I would say I would have like ham is obviously like kind of a key ingredient in Europe on European pizza, but I would put the ham there because it's not my go-to.
Yeah.
Then the onions is also the same, you know. And tomato as well. It's kind of, you know, can work, but it's a bit in between. So yeah, those 3 right there.
Okay, now here we go. This is the good and elite level now. So you've got jalapenos left, mushrooms, olives, pepperoni, chicken, and pineapple. So what goes in the good?
So I would say the jalapeno. I haven't tried it yet, so I need to have some tries there. Then I would say the chicken.
Okay.
So I have pineapple and salami left, right?
Olives and mushrooms as well. Yeah.
Olives and mushrooms. Yeah, so I would say the mushroom and the olives right there as well.
Are good?
Yeah, at good.
Okay, so what's good?
And then I have elite. It's pineapple and salami.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
taking the flag
wow.
in. He's standing on the hill. He's making a stand here, Yinsu.
That's a really controversial opinion, right? Because everyone always talks about how pineapple doesn't belong on pizza.
Well, if you put salami and the pineapple on a pizza, I can tell you it's really, really good.
Oh,
It is very good. It is
okay.
very good.
We're gonna have to try that. I've never had salami and pineapple together. I've only had pineapple like with ham. So
Yeah, it's good because it's sweet and the salami is a bit spicy. And it's a good match.
I'm really hungry.
A good
now.
mix, yeah.
Yeah, great.
Me too, actually.
Okay, cool. Well, that's our tier list for this week. Now we're going to move on to our second segment. And this week, we're going to ask you some would you rather questions. So you have to give us a choice between two things and a reason why as well, why you picked that choice. So I'm going to start with an easy one. Would you rather never use the operator ever again in a competition, in a solo queue, nothing, or only ever use the operator when you can afford it? So you're rocking a classic, and when you have the economy, you only buy operators.
That's a hard one, actually. In Valorant, in CS, I would say I can only use the operator or the op, obviously. But in Valorant, I think the operator isn't that good as the op. So, damn, I wish I could say I want an operator, but there's too many rounds where you're gonna need the rifle. So I'm gonna have to say the rifle.
Oof.
Agreed. All right, question number 2. Would you have rather attended the Iceland in Reykjavík, or would you rather attend the Berlin Masters coming up in a couple of weeks?
Berlin, of
Would you
course.
rather-
We didn't even want to go to Iceland. We want to see what other teams do, and then we come to Berlin. We already have the points needed for the Masters, the last Masters VCT. So yeah, I'm good with Berlin for now.
I mean, you guys,
I agree.
Yeah, you're on track as well, so it's going to be quite cool to see you guys there. But
Yeah.
I will say though, because it does feel like for the players that did miss out on Iceland, I don't know how you felt, but it definitely felt like it hit some players quite hard that they weren't able to go and they had to watch it from home. Did you watch it, and how did you feel?
Yeah, I watched it, and it was it sucked to not be there. Honestly, like we really wanted to go, and it looked amazing. The first big event in Valorant as well, and the production seemed fantastic, and there was a lot of hype. So yeah, of course, it sucked a little bit, but it was cool seeing the first LAN event, and we're just excited for the next one.
I will say this though. I mean, Iceland was in like a warehouse in the middle of Iceland, and it had nothing going on with it. The venue for the Berlin LAN, the Verdi Music Hall, is. I was there. They held Worlds there about 2 years ago during the group stages, and it's one of the best venues I've ever been in esports. It's an absolutely amazing venue. So the Berlin LAN is like, if you get there, it's an incredible venue. It's right in the heart of Berlin, shops everywhere, right across the street from the Mercedes-Benz arena. Like, it's an awesome area to be in. So I would much rather go to Berlin just because it's not in a giant empty warehouse, and it's in this huge music theater, which is just awesome. So yeah, Berlin LAN, no question for me.
I'm right there with you, man. Let's go to Berlin, eh?
Yeah, let's go. I mean, if there's a crowd there, that's going to be insane, because the crowd there was so cool at Worlds.
Do you know if there's going to be a crowd, or I have no idea actually.
On standby. We're all on standby waiting.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Hoping to. Okay, next one. So if you had to start your own team or your own org tomorrow, and I'm going to give you 2 names that you have to name your org, what would you go with? Inferno or Bonk? I mean, you represented both, so...
Yeah, I know. I would say Bonk for the boys.
Yeah, I mean...
It's the first... It's the... Or how do you say? It's like the pinnacle, or where everything started, I guess so. Yeah.
It's a very
It's
iconic
different.
name. Yeah.
It's different. Like, oh, you're Inferno Esports. Wow, you're the 30th team named after Fire. Good for you, kid. Like,
Come on.
Bonk is at least like it's quick, it's easy to say, it's one syllable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too iconic.
Let's go
at
with
this point.
Bonk. Yeah.
All right, as a North American, I have to ask this. Let's say you get to Berlin. Who would you rather face? Who would you be more excited to face in Berlin? Sentinels or 100 Thieves?
Sentinels. We faced them in a prac and they kind of destroyed us. We were pretty lost. We didn't play well, and I just feel we want to show them like who's the real strongest European team is. That's what I feel. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of teams think that way whenever they get destroyed by Sentinels in scrims.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they crush teams.
Yeah, because they just play so they have like this like constructed chaos to them. They play very loose and they like take a lot of duels, but they do it like as a unit, you know. So when you get destroyed by it, it feels like, okay, these guys are just on another level, you know. So yeah, we wanna prove that to ourselves and to everyone else, and especially Sentinels.
How would you place them? You know, having played them in scrims, like how would you place them in terms of the other European teams you play against? Do you feel like they're like miles better, or?
Yeah, I think they're probably the best team in the world right now. Yeah.
Tyler's going to be so smug for.
I mean, it's either Sentinels or Scrim Gambit. So whichever.
Yeah.
We practice a lot against Gambit, and we have close games. So I would say Sentinels.
All right, Sentinels. Yeah, USA all the way.
I do want to see
and Canada. Sorry, Canada tends to. Forgot.
I do want to see Scrim Gambit play against Sentinels though, so because I think that'd be quite interesting to see. But you know, speaking of Gambit, they're in the CIS. So if you had to move regions tomorrow, so if you got picked up by another team, would you rather go to Turkey to play, or would you rather to go to CIS to play?
CIS.
Oh, okay. Why?
Yeah, I think so. They have amazing aim, and the Turkish region seems so much fun to play with. But CIS seems more so my cup of tea.
Oh, that's fair. I mean, I would say like Turkey, you would also have a gigantic fan base, right? That's why I picked Turkey.
Yeah.
I picked Turkey because like I'm thinking like branding of like, okay, I can get a lot of fans here. I can just grow my personal brand in Turkey. But in terms of gameplay, I can see why you picked CIS. Final question here. We've had many instances where people have been talking about your hair, Draken. We need to know, shampoo or conditioner?
Sometimes both, sometimes nothing, sometimes only one. You know, I don't put too much work into it, honestly. Like it just goes.
But if you had to pick one, like if you could only,
if I had to pick one,
if you could only shampoo or only condition.
Yeah, I think I would say shampoo because you gotta keep it clean.
I actually do love how many comments people make about your hair.
Always. It's been from the start of my career in CS as well. It's been haunting me, man.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing because we're seeing a lot of players like shave their head. So you know, Durka and Link both shave their heads. I'm assuming you would never go there.
I did once when I was a kid, but yeah, I don't look good. I don't look good in that, to be honest. I have pretty big ears, so they kind of stick out as well when I shave my hair. So no, I'm not going back to that.
Well, I'd argue that you probably have one of the best hair conditions in Europe right now for VCT. So yeah, keep your hair. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, well, we're going to move on to the final segment. This is a bit of a cool down. I wanted to ask you a few questions about you. Now, I think the first thing we got to ask is what happened in off-season, because it felt like, you know, Guild announced your departure and people weren't quite sure what was happening with the team, and then you came back to play for them. So would you be able to talk me through kind of the timeline and what happened and what was going through your mind?
Yeah. For me, it was kind of personal, honestly. Like I needed kind of a break. You know, it's kind of, if you want to put it as a medical leave. I've had some problems with with the family, and I don't really want to go too much into it. But yeah, so that happened, and we took a decision together, and I had some like 2 or 3 weeks off, and I got to spend time with my family, which I appreciated a lot. And then I got the call, obviously, to come back, and because they really wanted me back, and I was flattered as well that they really felt that way. So yeah, for me it was kind of a, when I got the call, I kind of said yes right away. So that's kind of how that story goes.
So obviously, you in the time of need of Guild, one of you came back. Do you plan to stick with Guild for the rest of Stage 3 if you qualify, obviously, for Masters in Berlin? Do you see yourself riding it out the rest of the year until Guild's eliminated, or are you just kind of taking it by ear and whatever happens, happens?
No, I'm going all in with the Guild, and I really like this team. I think that the organization is amazing as well. Like, it has so much, it's been growing a lot this year. And I feel like I've been with them from the start. So yeah, I really like the org and the players. We have a special bond together, like a small family. Like we can be very, aggressive towards each other, or, we're very, it can be arguments, but it's at the same time, we're all winners, that's why we kind of act this way. So it's like a love and hate relationship, not so much hate, but you know what I mean? It can be, it's always a bit, with teams, and it can always be, stingy and a little bit spicy.
But you're comfortable, that's the thing. Like you're
yeah, exactly.
Right?
We're very comfortable, and in general, I would say we're not the typical Swedish team. We're more outgoing, and we like to we speak our minds more than often. So
yeah, I mean, you guys have so many big personalities on your team.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
that's kind of what our struggle has been. So
I mean, with that kind of in mind, and with your experience in CS:GO as well, because I think towards the end of last year, maybe before like the pandemic even took place, there was a really, really big conversation in Counter-Strike about burnout. And, you saw like whatever Astralis was doing with their team, and players coming forward saying that we just can't keep doing this. Do you ever think that would become a concern in Valorant? Do you think players are maybe already getting burnt out, or do you feel like you're not kind of reached that stage yet where you're playing too much?
I mean, definitely. I think there's always burnout in all competitive sports, all competitive games as well. For me, it was kind of, I took the summer off. I think it was 2019. Or yeah, I think so. And so I had the summer off there. So I kind of had, a little bit of reloading my batteries, and then going into a new game, it gave me a lot of energy. So but at the same time, we see people already being on a medical leave, for example, artists on Heretics. And I think you just gotta have the right structure and feel great outside the game as well, otherwise you're not gonna be able to put in the hours and the effort that you want as a professional gamer in this time of a year, because there's always also like new players coming up into the scene. You always have someone in the back breathing down your neck. So of course there's always this burnout possibility in Valorant, and I think it's here, but you just gotta try to focus on yourself and focus on how you can prevent it.
Well, one more thing is Yassine has been pretty vocal in the past. I absolutely love Yassine, great personality, and he kind of doesn't hold back, right, sometimes with how he feels.
Yeah, we all love him.
Yeah, Yassine's got to be one of my favorite people in the scene. But I think one of the things he's been most vocal about pretty much ever since Bonk, I would say, before you guys were even Guild, is that kind of, why is everybody underestimating us? Why does people keep calling us the underdogs? Why do people get surprised when we beat big teams and make it to big events? Do you feel that way as well? And do you feel like it's like an unfair perception of your team?
A little bit like before. Now I think we kind of established ourselves as a top team in Europe. But yeah, I kind of felt like the casters and so what, they didn't really, appreciate what we were like really doing, and they kind of, they kind of saw us as, oh, we put everything on Yasin and he's gonna do all the work for us, and let's just have faith in that goes well. But there's so much more to it, and I don't think everyone appreciated our our play style or our level in the game, honestly, because I've always felt like that we are the top team, like one of the top teams in Europe, but I don't think we really got the recognition for it.
That's a good answer. Final question for you, Draken, before we let you go. I kind of want to take this full circle. When we first started the show, I talked about how you can kind of do a bit of everything. I mean, people are always asking who's the best duelist in the world, who's the best controller, who's the best initiator. You kind of do all three. You're ping ponging back between so many different roles. I think most people consider you a flex player at this point. Are there any other flex players in the world that you kind of look at saying, I want to beat this guy, or someone who's very flexible in the game that you kind of learn from or you want to play against in Berlin?
I think I have the best flex player in the world on my team, Leo.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, he's 17 years old, and this kid is so damn good, and I really look up to him, in a weird way, and I kind of see myself in him a lot. So I would say I would give it to him. I've also been seeing like Doma in Fnatic. I think he's very good, and after they made the roster change, I think he got to play more of a flex role, and I think he's been doing really good. He has a very crisp aim and good brain.
He's going to be very happy that you said that.
Just a quick follow-up on that. I mean, it does seem like Guild is one of the most flexible teams in all of Valorant currently. Do you think we're going to see the extinction of these one-trick ponies as time goes on? It seems like as more agents are being added, as the metas keep shifting, we're seeing less, we still have only jet mains, right? And we're still seeing maybe only Soba mains. But do you think by a year from now that, people who can only play one or two agents are going to be left in the past? Or how do you think it's going to go?
Yeah, I think you're going to have eventually to upgrade your agent pool, because it will be weird in 1 year or so if Valorant or if Riot doesn't come out with a new banning and picking system. So if we're gonna face let's say Ascend now, we're gonna perma-ban Jet for CNED, you know what I mean? I'm not saying he's a bad player, but his Jet is phenomenal. Sorry for the bad language.
It's all right.
It's true.
It's true.
Yeah,
you have to use the F word for CNED. Like, there's no other way. Yeah.
We got destroyed by him last time, and he just put so much fear into us, honestly. Like, it was kind of embarrassing. But, as your question was stated, I definitely think you'll have to have a bigger agent pool as the game develops.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time, Draken, as always. And thank you to my co-host, Tyler, as well. If you guys enjoyed this, drop us a like and subscribe, and we'll be back next week for more Showstopper.